I learned about foster care when I was a young child in the church. My mother, we went to volunteer at a lady's home in West Dallas that took care of special needs children that was in foster care. I wasn't aware that children were not living with their parents until then. And then I just became intrigued about the entire process. I was a teacher for 5 years, actually. As I walked through the hallways, as I met children in the cafeteria, fortunately, I was able to tell if they were in a foster home or not because they did not have the other belongings that other children had. So it just always hit my heart as a teacher and a principal that we had children that were not able to have the same normalcy as other children because of their unfortunate circumstance. So I began a closet in my classroom where I would just keep extra clothes, extra shoes, just different items that children would need.
It weighed heavily on our hearts with foster care after experiencing the different children coming in and out of their homes and seeing their situations. And after we prayed with our children, then we did come to the realization that that's what God wanted us to do. That's an area that He was leading us towards.
So Larry and I then began to pray, and then we talked about going with a child placement agency where we can have a sibling group. We did receive our first sibling group in, and that was of 3 boys. And after that, we found out that they had 4 siblings. So we began to search for the siblings and try to get them all together after having them meet at our house once a month. For a weekend sleepover so that they can have that time to bond and just kind of love on each other.
And so now they're all there together under one roof, and once we saw how they interacted with one another and we saw how happy they were all being together under one roof, it eventually came to us that there's no way that we can let these children be separated again.
So from talking to our children and really looking at what helped them make a transition from foster care into a home and how they felt coming to foster care, we knew that we had to provide this experience for other children. We did not want a child coming to care without shoes, without clothes, without a place to go to meet other foster children. We opened SWAGG programs to make sure that we were able to continue our ministry of helping children who were in foster care. So we came up with 10 different programs. And those programs, one being the store, and the store would actually be those resources that children need. That's hygiene, clothing, underwear, socks, all the things that our 3 children didn't have when they came to us. Also, just being in foster care, you don't always get the experiences other children get where they're able to go out and have activities or have a birthday party or just be able to mingle with other children. So we have monthly activities that the children are able to attend. It doesn't matter how long they're in that foster home, we want to make sure that they're able to have those experiences. So after 2 years, God touched our heart again to open up a child placement agency. And we were fortunate enough to be able to open up agency to create lives for His purpose. Cherished Impressions Child Placement Agency is a Christian-based agency to take in all denominations of people who are willing to make a change in the lives of the children who go into the foster care system. We don't want to be their savior, we just want to introduce them to the Savior, so that as they go through these trials and tribulations in their lives, then they have someone that they can get hope from, someone that they can have an example of what true love is. So the purpose of our agency is to honestly touch each and every child and caretaker that involves themselves in the life of a foster child. We want them to know that we're here to support them within our community and to support our children so they can grow up to be productive citizens.
God didn't create all of us to do everything. He created us to do something. So find out what that something is that has been placed on your heart and do that.
And that's what we're here for. We want to really use our community and our resources within the community to give them that family that they do not have right now, to love on them until they're reunited with their family or until they meet a forever family.